Christians, today I want to speak to you concerning Mutabaruka, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, and a pastor. Okay, as a matter of fact, a woman pastor. And the reason why I choose to do something different today is because I feel strongly led to do this video. And I would have seen the video of the woman and Andrew Holness sometime, I think could have been earlier this week or late sometime last week, right? And I listened to it, and I actually wanted us to do a video to speak about how Andrew Holness really schooled the woman, because the woman doesn't understand that the Bible is a book of mind science. Okay, but I didn't go ahead. But when I saw Mutabaruka and heard what he was saying concerning Andrew Holness telling the woman that God created the vaccine, and the way how he was saying it, I decided to make this video to let you know that the man who say I can and the man who say I can't, both are right, both are correct. Now, your concept of God and another person's concept of God might be different. So when Andrew Holness say God and the woman say God, they might be speaking about two different things. For example, if I say God, I'm speaking of the creative power that is in me, which is the power of imagination, because I believe that imagination creates reality. I believe as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. And I believe also, as a matter of fact, I'm using the word believe, but it's not believe. I know from experience that the sun, as in the sun up in the sky that you're seeing right now, the sun parallels the human imagination, and the human imagination parallels the sun. For without the sun, there is no life and there is no light. And without the human imagination, there isn't anything made that was made. And even the Bible tells you in Psalms 84:11 that the Lord thy God is a sun, a S-U-N, and a shield, and no good thing will he withhold from you. Common sense will teach you that the sun has never withhold any good thing from humanity. For the sun is what powers all of humanity and give all of humanity its energy. Even in Malachi chapter 4 verses 2 also it tells you that the sun, the S-U-N, of what? Righteousness shall what? Arise where? Within you, not outside of you. Shall arise within you with what? Healing in his wings. Now, every time the woman speaks and she points up in the sky towards God and thinking is a man in the sky, it's a brainwash. Because God and man, as I said before, is man's imagination. So everything that is created, it comes from the creative power that is within, that people refer to as God. And they can use any name to refer to the creative power that is within you. And that is why even the Bible says also that I am God and there is no other. I say I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. And that is in Deuteronomy 32:39. So you can read it for yourself. And then in Isaiah chapter 45 verses 5 to 7 again it says I am God and there is no other. He said I create the darkness and I create the light. I create good and I create evil. But that preacher woman wouldn't believe that God created evil because she do not know who is God, and that is ignorance among black people. Let me show you another scripture. I think it's in Amos 3:6. He said, can evil be done in a city and God haven't done it? Nothing could be done unless it was first imagined, it was first a thought, and it was first an idea. So the school system, first of all, was used to brainwash black people. And let me show you how. Okay, so you will understand that if we're going to help our people, we have to educate them, we have to teach them to understand who is really God. Because God is not a power outside of yourself. Jesus and Mary's story is the biggest lie ever fed to humanity when you believe that it is literal and secular history. That is why I have a no Jesus Bible. There is no Jesus in my Bible. There's a blank space for you to write I am. Because the name of God is I am from generation to generation. And that's your memorial, and you can never say I am and not referring to yourself. So when you read of Moses, you have to understand who is Moses. And if you check out my other videos, you see I explain to you who is Moses. Because every one of us are the ones who've been in that basket surrounded by water when it was in our mother's womb. And most of the body is water, and most of the earth also is water. And I can go on and on and on to show you she gets strike by the rod and she stop and all of that, and show you when you come over here, you find yourself in slavery. And what is this slavery? Your body is a slave to your mind. So master and slave. So when people choose to play the part of the slave, this is what will happen to them, because they are playing the part of the slave that is keeping them in poverty and mediocrity. And the system, such as the school system, as I said before, has been set up to make sure it robs you of your imagination, which is your God power, to achieve your every desire. Because look at this. The book was first imagined, the pen was first imagined, the bench was first imagined, the desk was first imagined, the pencil, the blackboard, even the building called school. It was first imagined. But how the thing really does work is that when you're born in this world, you're born in a state of forgetfulness, a state called amnesia. You do not know who you are. You're born in this world being dumb because you couldn't speak. You're born in this world being crippled because you couldn't walk. And so, when the Bible speaks about you're born in sin and shaping iniquity, it means you're born in a state of forgetfulness, a state of amnesia. So everyone is seeking to know who they are. And that is why I said before that the universal question of life would all be, who am I? And when the answer comes, it must be, I am. So, this spiritual woman calling on Jesus and pointing up in the sky and trying to correct Andrew Holness. And Andrew Holness is the prime minister. And the Bible says that you're supposed to be the head and not the tail. You should be the lender and not the borrower. Which means you're supposed to be the thinker and the doer. And when they're not acting in their purpose, their true purpose, because they do not know who they are, and they worship a God outside of themselves and chopping idolatry, which is keeping them in poverty, keeping them in mediocrity, believing in the white man idol, that the white man give them to worship, and they do not believe in their own self, do not believe in their own imagination, do not believe in their image maker that is within them, do not believe in the photographer that is within them, and they do not understand that money was first a thought, it was first an idea, it was first imagined, and they realize it's not the queen head and the money, your head and the money too, if you understand that money is energy, and that everything is energy, vibration, and frequency. And everything I'm saying here to you, I'm speaking from experience. And that is why I know that for anyone to go against Andrew Holness or anyone to go against the woman is because they lack understanding that all is consciousness and everybody have to play their part and everybody have a choice to make and everyone is choosing to be in poverty and mediocrity or in abundance and prosperity. The choice is yours. No politician could save you. So anyone who trying to make you get involved in politics, they want to brainwash and deceive you too. Okay, the school system also is not going to save you from poverty neither, because they teach you that education is the key to success. No, it's not true. Okay, imagination, okay, the God in you is the key. And I have a book called Meditate to Eradicate Poverty. And every black person should have that in their house. And they will realize that there's only three systems in this world that is robbing you of your greatness. And it is the educational system, the political system, and the religious system. They all been set up to brainwash you from knowing who you are, from knowing how powerful you are. And so, instead of you depending on somebody else, you should be depending on yourself, because you're born here with a purpose. And you're supposed to know what is your purpose. So what is happening on the planet right now is that the earth is out of balance because of so much negativity and so much unproductive people. And unfortunately, many of those unproductive people happen to be black people because of their belief system. And they believe in education more than their own human imagination. They raise education higher than imagination. And they believe in praying and begging a God outside of themselves. And they believe in the white man idol, Jesus. And they do not understand that the Bible is a book of mind science. That the Bible is a book of secrets. Okay? And I'm saying all of this because I've been teaching people how to use their mind power to achieve their every desire, how to prove for themselves that the Bible is not a religious book, and that if the Bible was used to brainwash you, then I can teach you Kemet, You understand? To get rid of the brainwash. No. I have to teach you reverse psychology by teaching you that the Bible addresses the human mind and it must be interpreted psychologically. And then I have to use reverse psychology to show you how to reprogram a subconscious mind from the belief that was given to you from the time you come out of your mother's womb right up to the age of 7 or 8, where they program a subconscious mind. And whatever been impressed upon your subconscious mind, that is what you will produce. So that will be happening to our people. So for anyone to go on any side without bringing important information to help the people to wake up, to tell the people this is a wake-up call to more feeders on the earth. There's too much unproductive people on the earth who do not believe in themselves. As long as you believe in yourself strongly enough with what you desire in this world, you will materialize it in this three-dimensional world. But you have to learn the laws that governs all of humanity. And you have to understand, most of all, that we are people supposed to be connected with nature. And know this. There's no S-O-N that could ever be the light of the world, because no S-O-N can exist unless there first be the S-U-N. So for someone to be so stupid and so dumb to believe in Jesus, who they tell you is a S-O-N, and tell you he's the light of the world, you're dumb. You're dumb. And people are facing the truth. And I've met many Rastamen who try to tell me that the Bible talk about master and slave, meaning the white man and the black man. No, it meaning this and this. You either live from here or I live from here. This is the servant, man. This is the servant. And this is the master. Control your mind, rule your mind. Know thyself. Not by intellect, but by experience. You know why I could say all of this thing by so the way how I'm saying it to you, and it's gonna be hard, because some people ain't gonna believe. But it is the truth. And that's why I say that it's teaching the people the right understanding of the Bible will help to free the people. Okay? You know how I know that the Jesus and Mary story is a lie? Because I had the bird from my skull. The real virgin bird, the true bird. I'm one of those persons who have wake up. I'm one of those persons who have been initiated into the mystery by our ancestors. I'm one of the persons who know for sure that the Bible is a plagiarized book, and it all go back to ancient African spirituality. But we have to just reverse the course. We've been in so long in idolatry, and you can't tell the people to forget about their Jesus and their Mary story and leave the church, and then you don't have no alternative to give to them. I am giving the alternative, and I call on anyone to challenge me concerning what I teach if you don't prove it in your life. I am telling you that you can have anything that you desire in this world if you know who you are. If you know how to use your inner power, you can achieve your every desire with whatever you want in this world. So when Muta talking about the woman poor, who makes she poor? She mind makes she poor. She belief system makes she poor. And then if we want to go all the way back to slavery, right? I remember everybody wanted was to crucify Kanye West when he said slavery for over 400 to 500 years. That song to me like is a choice. Let me tell you something. If someone put chains around your neck and around your hand and around your feet, and they carry you to a far land, and you think in your mind the time must come when they must remove them, and they remove them and they put me on a plantation, you have to decide if you want to live or if you want to die or if you want to kill somebody and get off of the plantation and free yourself. But let me say this. Those of us who from the Caribbean and who've been given certain history and grab everything and eat everything up that was fed to us, many of us have turned around and caused our own ancestors out of ignorance. And on that same station that Muta does be speaking on, I've heard a woman who would have done that. Because, you know what, she failed to realize that the greatest fight, as in a boxing fight that ever took place in the Blue Mountains of Jamaica between a white man and a black man. And the white man never took any other white people with him and the mission to this great fight. He took black slaves who were loyal to the slave master. And the man concerning the Catholic country who stood and understand this is a spiritual war and understand the mystery, being a mystic himself, and knew how far we as a people should allow ourselves to go concerning our spirituality. He stood for what was right, because there is a mark, and when you reach that mark, we leave you alone. Let me run that again. When you reach a certain place that you sell yourself so much to the slave master, we leave you alone. You now become an enemy of the state. Our state I'm talking about. So we leave you out. I know exactly what I'm talking about. You see, many people doesn't even know what it is to go back in a past life. There's a lot of things I can go into, but I wouldn't go into those things at this moment. But I want to say to you, wherever you are and you listen to me, if you're in Jamaica, in any Caribbean island, especially to those in Jamaica, it's time for you to wake up and learn to believe in the God that is within yourself, the true God. And I'm saying to you, you can challenge me and put in your imagination to work to create your reality and see for your own self. I have books, I have lectures, I have so much thing for you. And I'm telling you the honest truth. The greediest people on this planet are poor people. They always want something, but they don't want to give anything. They always have a beggy mentality. I saw Steve Harvey in the same country I'm talking about. And I was ashamed of the people and their mentality, their beggy mentality, and Steve Harvey was trying to tell them, but they wasn't reading between the lines, that the Bible is a book of mind science. But you see, those kind of men does only say certain things. There's a reason why them could only say certain things. They can't tell you like how I'm telling you, that Jesus, you believe in Jesus is the lie, is the cause that we're keeping all in poverty. So when all the things can get away from the inoculation, no. All they not only been deceiving all their own self, all they been keeping down all the people who look like you. And disgracing all the people who look like you. With your religious mentality. And let me say this, as I come to close, anyone who teach you to believe in anything or any power or anyone outside of yourself, they false, they lie, they do not know what they are talking about. And many people want to change or bring change among black people. And they just talking and none of them could tell of their experience. If you listen to my videos, if you want to speak with me, I will explain to you how I experienced the birth from the skull. And how I understand what Kemet and all of these things is all about. Never read no book, but live the experience and show you what is true Christ self. And that's why I have my Bible, the 66 books of magic, the Overcomer's Bible, where there is no Jesus being omitted, and there's a blank space for you to write, I am. That's the name of God, and that's your name. Take your place. This is not a physical war. This is not a war that you fight with bombs and guns. This is psychological. This whole war that you think that is real, so real, is illusionary. And you're going to have that experience whenever you become like the wind. I became like the wind when I became invisible. That's why I can tell you all is consciousness. Consciousness is the only reality. Don't get too caught up with too much of false identity. And before I end here, those in the Catholic country, it's time to wake up. There's no such a thing as a maroon church. Get rid of that garbage. And all the other garbage that need to clean up. See, I don't want to go into certain things right now. But clean up yourself. Maroons are not only in Jamaica right now, on this planet. Don't get tricked. There must and will always be a priesthood. And that priesthood must stand. Because we know death is not real. We are not afraid of death. We are not afraid of anything. Why? because we know what is real. The only thing that is in you that is real is consciousness. The very life that is in you, that is you. This is not you. Everything you see is imaginary. It's a projection of that which is within. There are many people who might say, well, oh, I know, I have that kind of knowledge. Everything I speak from experience, my brothers and my sisters. So, I can go on and on and on, but I want to say that Andrew Holness wasn't speaking about no sky God, you hear me? Why you think they have the American money in God with us? The in God, not the outside God. So, people have to pay for their ignorance. And sin is ignorance. Ignorance of not knowing who you are. There's only one fundamental sin in this world, not knowing who you are. And you have to pay for it. You have to pay for your ignorance. And we have too much educated fools who believe in education more than their own imagination. The planet out of balance. All the things you see happening, all they go back to the elements. Earth, wind, water, fire. You check it out. And more day to come. Wake up, people. Wake up. That's why I don't get involved in politics and religion and those kind of things. And Black Lives Matter and all that kind of bullshit. They're all bullshit. Consciousness, man. Go within. The kingdom of God is within you. And he said, when you find the kingdom, he said, all these things will be added unto you. That's why poverty is a sin. There's no vote in poverty. I'm not going to uphold ignorance and uphold poverty. She's still pointing to Jesus and pointing up in the sky to some Jesus. She deserves everything. And it is the truth. Cause and effect. Every effect have a cause and every cause have an effect. We have to face it. We have to face the truth. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything for anybody. I'm telling you the truth. And then some of the ancestors, when Jamaican, they tell you sell out. People, I wake up now, man. Wake up. Time for I wake up. Hear a woman chanting ancestor. Man, the IRFM. Woman, wake up now, man. Wake up. You political as hell. Real warriors, real ancestors, they never were political. They were always spiritual. So I'm going to end here, man. So with that being said, I want to say to you, if this is the very first time that you listen to me what I'm saying, it makes sense to you, and you like to check out all the other videos I have here, you can become a subscriber. So I'm encouraged to subscribe, to like, to comment, or to share this video. Also, if you like to support this work, we have a PayPal and the link is down below. And I also have a Patreon, and if you want to be a part of that community, it is there, and there are good information that is there to help you. Doesn't matter how much you're donating, there's good information there. But I have a course called The Inner Sun, Science and Technology to Create Your Reality Consciously. That is Inner Sun Engineering to create your reality consciously. I'm encouraging you to check it out if you feel led to do so. And that is for persons who are donating at least $20 or more. So, with that being said, my brother and my sisters, I want to say peace, love you all. I'm out.